Jai Hind children, welcome back to our science class. Today we are going to study a new chapter, chapter 16, water, a precious resource.
Earth is called the blue planet. Can you guess the reason? Yes. Water covers 71% of Earth's surface in the form of rivers, ponds, oceans and streams, thus making it appear blue in color when seen from space. However, 97% of the total water present on Earth's surface is saline water. Hence, it is fit neither for household consumption nor for agricultural and industrial use. The remaining 3% is fresh water, two-thirds of which is frozen in glaciers and polar ice caps. Only 0.006% of all the water present on Earth is available for consumption. Water exists in nature in three states, that is, solid, liquid, and gas. In solid form, water is known as ice or snow. It is found at the poles as ice caps and in glaciers and mountains as snow. In gaseous form, water is known as water vapor or steam. But the most common form that water takes is the liquid form. It is in this form that it is known as water. The natural process of circulation of water from the land to the sky and back to the land again is called the water cycle. The continuous cycling of water in its three forms keeps the total amount of water on Earth constant even when the whole world is using it. Not all the rainwater flows into rivers and ultimately into oceans. Some of it is absorbed by the soil. This water is known as groundwater. Although it is not visible, it is almost everywhere, flowing beneath the ground under your home, cities, farms, and deserts. Groundwater is an important source of fresh water on Earth. It is the source of water for many lakes and wells. Many of us drink groundwater every day. That is because hand pumps and tube wells tap groundwater to provide water for consumption. The upper limit of the level below which the ground is saturated with water is called water table. Groundwater is the water found below the water table. Runoffs from lakes and rivers, melting snow and rain lead to the formation of water table. Seasonal fluctuations in water table are common. During summers, the water table goes down, but during monsoon, its level rises. You just witnessed heavy showers in your locality. Huge puddles have formed. A few hours later, the puddles are nowhere to be seen. Where has all the water disappeared? It has seeped into the ground. This process of water seeping into the ground is called infiltration. Groundwater gets recharged by this process. Large deposits of groundwater stored between layers of hard rock beneath the water table are known as aquifers. Water in aquifers is usually pumped out by digging wells at locations where the water table is close to the surface of the ground. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Water covers 71% of Earth's surface. Only 0.006% of all the water available on Earth is fit for consumption. Water exists on Earth in three forms: solid, liquid, and gas. The rainwater absorbed by soil is known as groundwater. Groundwater is an important source of fresh water on Earth. The upper limit of the level below which the ground is saturated with water is called water table. The process of water seeping into the ground is called infiltration. Large deposits of groundwater stored between layers of hard rock below the water table are known as aquifers. Indiscriminate use of water leads to depletion of the water table.
Water cycle. The water cycle, also called the hydrologic cycle, it's a continuous process that includes 5 steps. These are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, and percolation. Now, we will learn with an example. Evaporation. The water cycle starts with evaporation. It is a process where water at the surface turns into water vapor. Water absorbs heat energy from the sun and turns into vapors from the water bodies like the oceans, the seas, the lakes and the river bodies. These are the main source of evaporation. Through the evaporation, water moves from the hydrosphere to the atmosphere. As the water evaporates, it reduces the temperature of the bodies. Condensation. In this process, water vaporizes into water vapor. It rises up in the atmosphere. At the high altitudes, the water vapor changes into very tiny particles of ice, water droplets, because the temperature at high altitudes is low. This process is called condensation. These particles come close together and form clouds and fog in the sky. In this process, changes the state of water from gas to liquid. This occurs because the water droplets combine to make bigger droplets. Also, when the air cannot hold any more water, it precipitates. At high altitudes, the temperature is low, and hence, the droplets lose their heat energy. These water droplets fall down as rain. Note: if the temperature is very low, below 0 degrees, the water droplets fall as snow. Water also precipitates in the form of drizzle, sleet and hail. Hence, the water enters lithosphere. Runoff. As the water pours down, in whatever form, it leads to runoff. As water runs over the ground, it displaces the topsoil with it, and moves. Runoff is the process where water runs over the surface of earth. When the snow melts into water, it also leads to runoff. The minerals, along with the stream. This runoff combines to form channels, and then rivers, and ends up into lakes, seas and oceans. Here the water enters hydrosphere. Percolation. Sometimes, this water turns into groundwater, or water that is soaked up into the ground. This process is called percolation. Water flows downward, under the layers of the soil, and then, it starts again.